Hi everyone, and welcome back to English for You. I'm Pat.
I'm Chickling.
Yesterday we introduced a popular Japanese treat, wagashi.
These have been around for many years, but they were quite simple at the start. They were just combinations of fruits and nuts.
When Japan traded with China, there were some changes to these snacks, and people started enjoying a chewy treat made with rice and soybeans.
Later, sugar was added, which made wagashi more popular.
Back then, they were only eaten by the royal family and their noble guests. This was because wagashi were luxuries, expensive treats that normal people couldn't enjoy.
But this changed later. With wagashi spreading to ordinary people, now many people enjoy the great variety of wagashi that are available.
And wagashi are almost always served with a cup of green tea. And we'll find out more about this in part 2 of our article, so let's check it out.
Reading.
The delicate art of Japanese wagashi. In any wagashi shop, you will find a colorful display of sweets. Makers of wagashi are often influenced by literature and traditional folk tales. They also create each piece to reflect the changing seasons. Colorful leaves appear in wagashi designs in the fall, and cherry blossoms are found in the spring. Throughout Japan, each region produces its own style of wagashi to match the character of its environment. The best wagashi should awaken all of our senses. They will be attractive in appearance, soft to the touch, and gentle in their smell. Their names should bring to mind the sounds of nature or poetry. And each piece should have a distinctive taste that brings a sweet touch before a sip of tea. An excellent way to experience wagashi is during a Japanese tea ceremony. At these affairs, wagashi are carefully paired with the rich flavor of matcha green tea. No two ceremonies are alike, which means you will always come across new flavors and textures of wagashi. No matter where they're served, though, wagashi will make any moment worth remembering.
So day 2 of the article begins by saying, in any wagashi shop, you will find a colourful display of sweets. Now, probably like the fake food ones that you just go by and go, oh, that looks good, that looks good. They look so real. Sometimes I used to think, like, how are they in the case and not going bad? And then later I find out, oh, it's just like art. It's not real food.
We see that in department stores all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
So next we see that in the article, makers of wagashi are often influenced by literature and traditional folktales.
Now that's pretty cool. So the word literature means old stories and poems that were so good they've lasted a long time and they're still famous and popular now. And they often have good messages in them or stories that get turned into movies. It's things that people have been reading for hundreds of years. I guess in you've got stuff like Sangwozi and Honglomong and all those. That's literature. Those are literature.
Oh my, you're so good. I forgot about them. Okay, so literature 就是文学的意思。所以文章一开始就提到了，在任何一家和果子店呢，都能看到各种五颜六色的甜食。那么和果子的制造呢，制造的人呢，就经常受到文学跟传统民间故事的影响。刚我们看到这个 folk tales 就是民间故事 ，and other things influence wagashi as well. We see that in the next line. They also create each piece to reflect the changing seasons.
That's a cool idea. So the word reflect means to represent a particular thing. So it could have some of the same colors, the same qualities, and some of the other things that it represents. So think of the seasons and colors. So spring is green, summer will have kind of hot yellows and reds, Fall is the color of falling leaves. Winter will be darker or maybe have blues and whites. And the flavors of the wagashi will be the fruits that grow in these seasons. And this is how they can reflect the seasons. So the ones in spring will taste maybe fresher. The ones in winter will have a richer, deeper sort of taste. And things like that. That's how they can reflect the character of the seasons. Here's another example. During the show, the singer wore different outfits that reflected different parts of her career.
所以 reflect 就是反映跟表达的意思。所以这边老师讲到和果子的师傅制作这个和果子的时候呢，也都会反映出季节的变化。Reflect can also mean to show an image of something. For instance, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, or you can see yourself on the surface of water when you look into the river. 所以我们可以说 I see myself reflected in the mirror. 这边就是当反射的意思。And when we think carefully or seriously, we can also use this word. For instance, we should always reflect on our own mistakes. 这边是反省错误的意思。
Our article is going to explain some more about how this idea of reflecting the seasons works. It says, colourful leaves appear in wagashi designs in the fall, and cherry blossoms are found in the spring.
We also see that throughout Japan, each region produces its own style of wagashi to match the character of its environment. 那我们这边 throughout just like all around
Yeah,
Japan.
all the different places, yeah. Now, something's character is its qualities, the things that people know and recognize about a place, a person, or a thing. So food has a character. Foods from particular countries are known for being spicy, for being sweet, or for using certain ingredients. Areas can have character. Some areas in a city might be known for their old buildings. Some parts of a country might be known for having lots of seafood, or for the friendly people who live there, and so on. For example, we could say each country in Europe has its own character, as visitors to them will quickly see.
所以呢，在秋天的时候啊，和果子就是五颜六色的叶子的样式。那么在春天呢，就会有樱花呀。所以在日本的这个每个区域呢 ，region 这边的单字就是区域的意思，有不同的风格的和果子。那这边看到的 character 就是风格、特色的意思。那么就是跟随当地的风格来制作和果子的。Character can also be a particular quality of a person， 就是你的个性 ，or a person that's presented in a story, movie or play。像是一个电影啊，或者是一个故事里面的角色都是 OK 的哦。那我们造一个句子 ：A person's worth， 一个人的价值 should be judged by his or her character instead of his or her social position。就是呢，他的人格是比较重要的。那我们看另外一个字，大家可能也有看过，但是它比较长一点，它就是 characteristic。那这个字呢是一个名词。You might be wondering how these words are different. They're actually quite similar, but there's a little difference. Characteristic is more like a specific or distinguishing feature of a person, but character is more like a group of characteristics or features that defines an individual. 所以会比较像是一个是一个个人的个性，那么 characteristic 就比较像是一个独特性或者是一个人的特色。那我们找另外一个句子。Pale skin is one of my family characteristics. 就是白皮肤呢，是我们家族的特色之一。And let's also talk about the experience of eating wagashi.
Yeah, that's right. These aren't just like M&Ms. You just kind of throw them in your mouth and chew them and then they're gone. This is a bit more special. The article says the best wagashi should awaken all of our senses. The word awaken means to wake up. It could mean like waking up in the morning, but it can also mean to kind of activate something and make it feel things. Music awakens our imagination, and food awakens all kinds of things. Our sense of taste, our sense of smell, our sense of sight, and maybe for some foods, even our sense of hearing. Here's another example. The visit to the museum awakened my interest in history.
好，所以就是唤醒、唤起的意思 ，awaken。所以最好吃的和果子呢，是唤起我们所有感官的。所以你也可以说 to awaken something in someone. So when an emotion or an interest is awakened in you, that means you notice it for the first time. 所以就是一个唤起某人对某事的一种感觉。那我们造一个句子 ：The concert Sharon went to last week awakened a passion for music in her. 代表她去的演唱会让她对音乐产生了兴趣。So how do wagashi awaken our senses?
The article says they will be attractive in appearance, soft to the touch, and gentle in their smell.
We also learned that their names should bring to mind the sounds of nature or poetry.
Wow, that's pretty fancy. So to bring something to mind means to kind of cause someone to think of a particular thing. A piece of music, for example, might bring to mind various times from our past. This song brings to mind my school life or a vacation, a relationship, and so on. Wagashi and their names make us think of nature and poetry.
所以和果子很漂亮，摸起来很轻柔，味道也很淡雅，而且它们的名字会让人家联想到大自然啊，或者是诗歌。那么这个片语呢 ，bring to mind 就把东西带到你的心里了嘛，就是让你想起了一件事情。
Next, the article says, and each piece should have a distinctive taste that brings a sweet touch before a sip of tea. The word distinctive describes something that is easy to recognize. It's something that nothing else really has, so it's easy for you to identify it and separate it from other things. So think of the taste of beef noodles or the smell of stinky tofu. There's no real way these could be anything else. So when you smell them or taste them, you know exactly what they are. You can go, oh yeah, that's a distinctive taste. That is definitely stinky tofu.
好，所以 distinctive 就是独特的、与众不同的，而且它们的味道也很独特哦。
So in that sentence, we talked about having a sip of tea. Here we're using the word sip as a noun. It can also be used as a verb. So as a verb, to sip something is to drink a liquid like tea or water or coffee, a very small amount at a time. So a sip just means a small kind of sip, a small little bit of liquid that goes in your mouth. We don't take a big mouthful like, we just take a little bit. We sip stuff, or we take a sip of things when we want to test how hot or cold they are, or check to see if we like the flavor. We could also sip things to really enjoy all the flavors that it has. Like if it's a very expensive wine, you wouldn't just drink it quickly, you would sip it and let that taste kind of develop in your mouth so you could enjoy it. Here's an example sentence. Matt took a sip of his hot cup of coffee as he read his book.
所以 sip 就是在我们文章中是名词，是一小口的意思哦。那么一小口就是 a sip of something. So you can say, could I take a sip of your drink? No, not if you're sick. 好，所以 a touch 在这边我们又出现是点缀、润饰的意思。那么呢，我们这句我们再看一次 ，a taste that brings a sweet touch 指的就是口感中带有几分的甜味，使原本的味道更加的突出哦。那么老师刚刚的句子里面呢，其实就是它的 sip 是名词的意思，所以大家要记一下这个 sip a hot cup of coffee, right? That was your sentence,
yeah,
right?
a sip of a hot cup of coffee
OK,
or
就是
something
一
like that.
口
Yeah.
或者是 sip， 如果你可以直接说 sip it， 就是直接当动词。So we should have a bit of tea and a bite of wagashi. That's a good way to eat it.
Yeah, a lot of foods are kind of almost designed so that the flavors like complement each other and you have a bit of one and a bit of the other and the flavors merge to create an even better effect. So here is a great way to have and eat wagashi. The article says an excellent way to experience wagashi is during a Japanese tea ceremony. So a ceremony is a set of actions done in a particular order, often to celebrate something, but also to do something in a special way. So a tea ceremony is the whole process of kind of brewing the tea, pouring it, using the tea to clean the cups, when you take out the leaves, when you wash the leaves, all of that kind of step and doing it the right way is the ceremony.
所以这边 ceremony 指的是一个仪式，所以这种茶的仪式呢，就是一个很好可以去品尝和果子的方法。那么在这个日本的茶仪式中，你就可以看到这些和果子嘛。那么像学校的毕业典礼就可以说 graduation ceremony， 所以就记住 ceremony 可以当典礼或者仪式的意思。We also learned that at these affairs, wagashi are carefully paired with the rich flavor of matcha green tea. More茶吗？
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you pair something with something else, this is kind of what I mentioned earlier, you're combining them to make both better. So you might say, oh, this dish goes well with this wine, this wagashi goes best with this kind of tea, those sorts of things. Now, in that sentence, we also use the word affair. And here the word affair means a sequence of special events or some kind of special thing that's going on. And we generally use this word when we already know what these events are and we've already mentioned the name previously in our speech or in our writing. So here the word affair means the tea ceremony. We wouldn't start the paragraph using the word affair. We'd say tea ceremony, but after we've mentioned it, we can use the word affair to refer to that particular event or set of events. Here's another example of how we could do this. Paul and Angie's marriage was a happy affair. Everyone enjoyed the party after the wedding.
OK， 所以 affair 就是活动跟事物的意思。那么老师刚刚的句子里面 pair 我们刚刚练到文章中句子是 pair 就是搭配。OK, so your sentence was so positive and mine's going to be a little bit negative.
Okay, yeah, because affair does have another rather naughty meaning.
So, and an affair could also mean a relationship, especially a secret one. 就是你跟别人有外遇或者是有不好的关系。
小三。
对，小三 little three 不可以说 little three 是不好的一个行为哈。我们看一下这边的句子。She is having an affair with her manager. Okay. Oh my, this is making me awkward because your sentence was like the totally opposite, you know? Okay, 所以我们就知道说，在这个活动当中呢，我们可以看到和果子呢精心搭配，这是 carefully paired 精心搭配抹茶的浓郁风味。
Next, the article says, no two ceremonies are alike, meaning no two things are the same, which means you will always come across new flavors and textures of wagashi. So one time you might have it this way, one time you might have it a different way, you'll have a different experience. You will come across different flavors and textures. The phrasal verb come across means to meet or encounter, or as in this case, experience.
所以老师刚刚这边的句子就是提到了，并不是每一个仪式都一样的哦，代表说你常常可以看到新的口味。那么 come across 就是偶然发现或偶然碰见，所以你就可以说 I came across my high school classmate in the theater today.
That's right. Now also in that sentence we saw the word texture. Texture is the way that something feels when we touch it, but when we talk about food, it's the feel of that food in your mouth. So it could be soft or hard, chewy or crunchy, and so on.
所以 texture 就是质地或质感的意思，所以不只有新口味，质地也都不一样哦。
The article finishes by saying, no matter where they're served though, wagashi will make any moment worth remembering. We've got some grammar here, the no matter structure. We use no matter with usually a question word, no matter how, no matter where, no matter why, no matter what, and so on. And to say that the choice or the option we make doesn't really matter, the result will be the same. You could also say, no matter when you go to Japan, you'll have a great time, or no matter where you go in Taiwan, you'll always find a 7-Eleven.
OK， 我们来看一下这边的用法，no matter 后面加上疑问词的用法。那么它就是呢形成从属连接词引导副词子句，那么它可以说是主要子句。这个大家如果记不起来没关系，不要记这个，我们直接记它后面可以接哪一些哦。我们可以接 no matter what, where, who, when, which, whom, and how。其实有很多可以接嘛。那我们看一下我们文章中的句子 ，no matter where they're served， 代表不管你在哪里吃到和果子 ，though wagashi will make any moment worth remembering， 意思就是说它会让你永生难忘。所以不管你在哪，那么等一下我们可以看一下可以怎么改写。那你也可以说呢 ，no matter what Simone's parents think, she has decided to drop out of college。无论呢是无论，不是无论，无论西蒙的爸妈怎么想哦，他已经决定要从大学辍学。那么辍学就是 drop out of something，drop out of school 也是可以这样子讲。那么你也可以说另外一个句子 ，No matter how much time Julie spends practicing, she can't seem to get the song right。就是不管呢 Julie 花多少时间练习呢，她就是无法把这首歌练好。那我们再看一下呢 ，no matter 可以怎么改写？我们刚刚有提到说它加上疑问词，你其实可以把疑问词加上 ever 来代替哦，所以变成 no matter where， 你就可以变成 wherever。那我们再造另外一个句子 ，no matter where Fiona goes, her dog will follow。那你就可以改成 wherever Fiona goes, her dog will follow。所以无论呢 Fiona 去哪里呢，她的狗都会跟在后面。那么一样像 however 就是从 no matter how 来的，那么 whatever 就是从 no matter what 来的，所以就是以此类推。
So in that sentence, we also saw the word worth. Worth communicates value, but in this case, we're not talking about money. We're saying that you should take the time to visit this place or do this thing because it's good or important or interesting, and you'll feel rewarded. If something is worth remembering, you should remember it because of its good qualities. Wagashi makes you feel good, so you will remember them and the memories will be good. That's what it means. We could also say this part of Taiwan is worth visiting because of its beautiful natural scenery.
OK， 所以 worth 就是值得的，所以 be worth doing something 就是值得怎么样。譬如说 this book is definitely worth reading， 那你也可以说代表多少钱啊？譬如 his jacket is worth $1,000。好，所以或可能你可能遇到什么情况，你觉得你值得，你也可以很值得啊，就说 it's worth it， 就是很值得。所以你可以造一个句子 ，Our decision to buy the car was worth it， 代表你做了决定买这个车是很值得的。那么大家可以看一下 worthwhile 这一个字，它也是值得的意思哦。So you can say it was worthwhile to buy the car, or buying the car was worthwhile. 那么 worthy 又是另外一个形容词啦，它也有值得的、足以的意思。So you can use it in this way: be worthy of being, or be worthy of 然后加上一个名词。譬如说 ，This book is definitely worthy to be read， 或者是 This book is definitely worthy of a read. Sorry, or of being read， 要小心哦。所以当是名词的时候是 read， 然后当是过去式就是 read。
Yeah.
好，那我们再看一下老师接下来会说什么。
Yeah, well, that just brings us to the end of our article.
So we're at the end.
We'll go to today's For You Chat question.
For You Chat.
So, the question is, have you ever tasted any foreign treats? What were they like?
Foreign treats,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a Japanese one too. It's called mochi.
Mochi?
Yeah.
Okay, is that like mochi in Taiwan?
Yeah, some people say mochi.
Oh, okay.
Mochi. Like the
same sort of stuff?
It's made of rice. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay, cool. An interesting treat that I've had from another country, I'm going to go with a Taiwanese one. I really like shaved ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
with taro.
Yes, with taro. Definitely a great thing for summer.
Red beans.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. For English for You, I'm Pat.
I'm Shikling.
We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The delicate art of Japanese wagashi. In any wagashi shop, you will find a colorful display of sweets. Makers of wagashi are often influenced by literature and traditional folk tales. They also create each piece to reflect the changing seasons. Colorful leaves appear in wagashi designs in the fall, and cherry blossoms are found in the spring. Throughout Japan, each region produces its own style of wagashi to match the character of its environment. The best wagashi should awaken all of our senses. They will be attractive in appearance, soft to the touch, and gentle in their smell. Their names should bring to mind the sounds of nature or poetry. And each piece should have a distinctive taste that brings a sweet touch before a sip of tea. An excellent way to experience wagashi is during a Japanese tea ceremony. At these affairs, wagashi are carefully paired with the rich flavor of matcha green tea. No two ceremonies are alike, which means you will always come across new flavors and textures of wagashi. No matter where they're served, though, wagashi will make any moment worth remembering.
Vocabulary Review.
Reflect. The library added some new books to its collection to reflect the different cultures that live in this area. Character. Many people were concerned that the new shopping center would spoil the character of the small town. Awaken. Seeing the old photographs of his mother awakened old emotions that John hadn't felt since childhood. Sip. Kathy burned her lips when she took a sip of the hot coffee. Affair. Dinner tonight will be a small affair with my old college classmates at a restaurant near the school. Worth. Our local museum has a huge collection of historical items, and it's really worth visiting if you have a chance.
智慧小补帖
Literature. Distinctive. Ceremony. Texture.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net